Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. In this video I want to show you a quick analysis of the crash 500 index because I'm expecting massive spikes to the downside. Right now you can see I'm on the 15 minutes time frame. I've already analyzed the chart and you can see the market is actually giving us a head and shoulders pattern right here. We have left shoulder here and this is the head, and I expect the right shoulder to form around here. And once this is done, you can see we'll be having this is the left shoulder, the right shoulder, the head, and this will be shoulder. I'm expecting the market to sell massively to the downside. Alright, so why do I believe this is going to happen? You can see the structures we're having here on chart. You can see the structures we're having, and the movement of the market as it approaches this zone is very, very important to take note of. It's very important. You can see the market is moving correctively to this zone as it approaches this zone, and this is actually a key level in the market too. Alright, so I'll have to take off these drawings on the chart so that I'll reanalyze this and you see how I do it. Perhaps you can learn one or two things from the way I analyze my chart, guys. Alright, so let me take off the drawings, remove drawings, then I'll go back to the daily time frame because I started from the daily time frame and I have to reset this chart. Alright, so now the first thing I have to do here is to mark out my key levels. I can see a key level right here on this chart. This is a key level right here. That's a key level. This is the first key level I've marked, and the next key level I will mark will be somewhere around here, or a key resistance zone where market actually sold from. So this is a key resistance zone somewhere around here. Market sold from this point before this massive bullish candlestick, but above it. So I should zoom in a bit. Then there's a key resistance support zone here. You can see the wicks of these candlesticks. The close and the wicks, just all of them almost at the same point. So I can decide to put a trend line, a horizontal line right here. Let me change this color to black. I like using black at some points, Then see if I can adjust it so that the wicks, all the wicks rest on it. This is good. This is good. Okay. Then the next thing I will do is to join a trend line. We can see that the market is actually trying to give us a kind of a corrective impulse. From this place up, you can decide to join a trend line just like this. You can decide to join a trend line just like this, you see. And then here we can also see that the market, if we want, we can still add another trend line to the upside, but it's really not necessary because I expect the market to sell to the downside. I expect the market to sell to the downside, so this upper side may not be really necessary. Though why I think it will be necessary at this point is just because the market has gotten to its a strong resistance, resistive trend line, or resistance which the market might be selling from, where we have this analysis our setup based. Alright, so let's go down to the 4-hourly time frame to also see if we can identify more spots in the market. And also to take note of this, we can also join another line like this. You can also join another line like this on the chart. This is valid, guys. This is valid because this is a swing point. Market created this high here. Alright, so I can join this and this and to give us this. Alright, so let's go to the 4-hourly time frame, guys. Alright, so I'll reset the chart once again so that we see what we have. Now you can see where we drew this zone, which is a strong zone, and you can see market actually formed a kind of a head and shoulders pattern right here. Like this was the left shoulder, this was the head, and this was the right shoulder before it sold to the downside. Alright, always take note of these chart patterns. Most times they're very important. Then you can see where we joined the trend line. Market touched it and bought to the upside. Now the market is actually, we have a structure right here, guys. You can see that we have a structure right here. First of all, looking inside here, it looks like we have another structure inside here, like kind of a double top, guys. Like market has formed a kind of a double top. Then the market is going up again and might possibly be selling to the downside. Alright, so we have to find out what is happening here, because these massive buys that happened from this point to this upside, it must be filled. It must be filled again. So what we are seeing here in consideration of where it is forming actually is very, very important. Like if you can see, this is where we have the resistive trend line. So it is happening at a very key position on the chart, so we expect the sales to the downside, guys. We expect the sales. So what I will have to do is just to join a trend line like here. Have a good trend line drawn around here to catch these two but because this looks like kind of a corrective impulse, this is a kind of a corrective impulse, then I'll go to the 1 hourly time frame to look out for more opportunities, guys. So I go down to the 1 hourly time frame. All right, so on the 1 hourly time frame, I'll reset the chart again, and now you can see we have this. This is another strong level in the market. You can see market has been selling, rejecting this zone, been selling, came back up here and it sold. Now it broke above it, then came back to buy a little. We have this bullish candlestick that indicated a buy. The market sold massively to the downside. So we can also mark out this place as a very important zone in the market on the 1 hourly time frame. This is a key level on the 1 hourly time frame to take note of. And now you can see from here that what the market is doing is giving us another pattern, which I showed you earlier on the 15 minutes time frame. You can see we have this left shoulder here, and this is the head. I'm expecting the right shoulder to form around here, guys. I hope you understand. The right shoulder is about to form there. So I'm expecting the market to buy massively, to buy to this zone, then from here it can sell to the downside. Meanwhile, we have to go down to the 15 minutes time frame to see the kind of structure that the market is forming during this movement, because the structure the market forms here also determines how far the market or what's going to really happen, if the market is going to reverse or not. The kind of movement the market is having here will determine if the market is going to sell or not. And also take note that if we go down to the 4 hourly time frame, I want to show you guys something before I go down to the 15 minutes time frame. If the market is able to sell from this point here down, then becomes here, does a kind of retest, it will sell massively to target this trend line. Mind it is on the 4 hourly time frame. Then if it can break below this 4 hourly time frame candles, because there's a key level around here, if it can go below this key level here, then it will be targeting this particular zone here. It is going to massive sales on crash 500, guys. So let's just look at what is actually happening on the 15 minutes time frame. Let's see what's happening on the 15 minutes time frame, guys. All right, so on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see the movement of the market as it approaches this particular zone here. The market is moving in a kind of a corrective impulse, or kind of a correction, because it's sold down impulsively, kind of, and we are expecting the market to reverse at this point. So this zone, so there's a very high chance it's going to reverse because of this movement that is actually giving. You know, the kind of movement that it is undergoing. You can see the kind of movement is a kind of a correction movement. I used to tell you, once you see a mix of green and the red candlesticks, or the bearish and bullish candlesticks, there's a very high chance the market is going to reverse on getting to a strong resistance or support zone. So there's a very high chance the market is going to break out, going to reverse at this point. Once it gets here, there's a chance it's going to reverse, then sells massively to the downside. So all you need to do is to watch out for what happens here. I don't know when you're going to watch this video. If you watch it when it has already played out, then you can just learn from what you've watched in this video, how you can easily analyze the chart without too much of you know, drawing too many things or doing too many things, guys. Just these simple patterns, they work a whole lot of times. These simple patterns, if you can take note of them on the chart, once you see this kind of pattern, know that the market is about to do something crazy. The market is about to give you profit. If you can determine these things on time, there is hope to make some profit in the market, guys. So that's how I came about this setup that I showed you initially, and this is the head and the shoulders pattern I mentioned to you on the 1 hourly time frame. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and the right shoulder is what we are expecting to form around here. So there's a chance that when the market gets to this zone, it might not just sell immediately. It might stay here and be consolidating. Maybe at the end it gives a kind of a double top, because you may not see it just coming down immediately. They might have some kind of consolidations and maybe double top or another head and shoulders pattern around here. Then if you see that around here, then the market is going to sell massively to the downside. If you can find a head and shoulders pattern around here, the market is going to sell massively to the downside. Or maybe you find a double top. You see a double top formed around here, now that the market is still going to sell to the downside massively, guys. So it is important that you take note of these things and try to apply them to analyze your chart. The chart is not too difficult to analyze, you know. After analysis is your entry. Look for a good entry, you make your money. Just try to always analyze the chart and see that the market goes your way or follows your analysis. If the market goes your way most of the time, then you know you have a strategy. Then the next thing is for you to learn how to get your entry and exit. You know, like what I've shown you, what is happening on the higher time frame determines how far the market might want to go. You know, so if you can just try to follow your analysis based on a higher time frame, then there's a very high chance of you getting massive profit from a good setup. If you get a good setup, then there's a very high chance of taking massive profit. Instead of just one spike and you're out of the market, you can just place a trade and set your stop loss. Just close your chart, leave it for a while, come back to check, see how it has been spiking. Like for this crash 500, because you're going to catch some spikes, how many spikes it has, how much it has spiked and how much you've made so far. So there's a very high chance, a lot of money. And also take note of this. One thing I've noticed in the market is, if the market sold massively to this point before doing this correction, there's a very high chance that once it breaks out of this trend, start selling, it will travel at least this same length to travel, especially that the fact that the market is coming from a strong resistance zone and the market wants to sell. So there's a very high chance the market will sell to this level here. So if you can in any way just try to hold your trade, there's a very high chance the market will get you and you'll make some massive profit if you can hold. And I still expect the market to sell beyond this particular point. This is just this alone can give you hundreds of dollars. It depends on how much you have on your balance, what's your account size, and also how you're able to be patient with the market. You can hold your trade if you're not scared, guys. So it's very simple. If you can just practice this, you'll be profitable, guys, in the long run. All right, so that's just it. Then there's a link in the description of this video. Just go into click there and take it to my Telegram channel. Then as for the training, today, which is Sunday, 12th of May 2024, is the last day for the $30 offer for my 2 weeks strategy mastery bootcamp. So if you are yet to take action, guys, as you watch this video, quickly go and take action, because after today, the 2 weeks mentorship program, that is the strategy mastery bootcamp, is the price is gonna go back to its original. Like, it's gonna go back to $50, guys. All right, so just rush to the Telegram channel. Join. You find my direct contact, you reach out to me, then you get the payment details to make your payment as soon as possible. So then we'll follow up with everything. I'll make sure I point out the things you need to see on the chart, because there are some little things that you will never see on the chart. If somebody doesn't point them to you, even if you will see them by yourself, it might take you time, it might take you days, it might take you months or years before you can pinpoint them. It's only those that have experience already can easily find these things. So paying for a mentorship makes the process a little bit faster, guys. So if you can just do that, it will help you. If you can't, maybe you can't afford the mentorship, you can just keep watching these videos and try to practice them. You will succeed too, guys. So please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please just do that. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, then share this video, share it to as many friends as to many groups. Anyway, just share to people that have interest in this kind of stuff or want to succeed in trading. Then share your thoughts in the comment section too, guys. All right, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.